Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Quick Expert Reviews. Today we've got the Xiaomi Redmi S2, a device that has been supplied by GearBest. Now, in terms of the handset itself, in my opinion, it is seriously one of the best value for money handsets on the planet. Now, that is basically because what Xiaomi does is that when they try and release the S series Redmi phones, they try and put as much as it is possible for as cheap and entry level as possible. Now, not only obviously you get the phone itself, which I'll talk you through in a second, but you also get a case which you've just seen recently. So talking about value for money, I'm not sure if you can find anything else in that price range. Especially that I've noticed that a lot of people have asked me about Xiaomi phones, if I can review one of them and so yeah, as you can see, standard transparent gel case, but it's nice, it's supplied in the box free of charge. That's a micro USB cable, and this is now, let me just say that I know I am based in UK, and this charger isn't really UK, it's European. However, I did buy the phone, I did get the phone for someone in Eastern Europe, so hence why the plug. If you do order it into UK, you do get like a normal UK standard plug. Now, that's the phone itself. So you've got the power button, you've got the volume up, volume down, you've got the infrared sensor, you've got the headphone jack on the top. You've got the fingerprint sensor on the back, you've got a 12 and 5 megapixel camera on the back and LED flash. You've got the SIM tray and memory card tray on the other side, on the left hand side of the handset. And this is a dual SIM variant as well. So again, for £116, I mean, it's very hard to get anything better than that. But wait until we get to the specs sheet. And we've got the bottom firing speaker on the bottom and a micro USB port as well. So yeah, 5.99 inch display, 720 by 1440. So as much as not very high res, I have to admit that with the built-in processor, which is Snapdragon 625, it works absolutely stellar. I will do a gaming video review of the handset as well very shortly, so stay tuned for that. In my opinion, looks amazing, looks really nice. Again, for the price, it looks really stylish. It does kind of resemble an iPhone 6s Plus mixed with an iPhone 10, but at the same time, it looks really nice. It's very comfortable in hands, it's very light as well. So yeah, let's start with MIUI, which is kind of the Xiaomi's own user interface that is available on the handset. Now, I thought that you can find the details about the handset itself on the bottom, as it is usual with the Android handsets, but that's not the case. So out of the box, it runs on Android 8.1 with a, 4 gigabytes of RAM. This is what you get with the 64 gig model. And yeah, it's the June security patch, that's what I want to say. So that's the 4 gigabytes of RAM and 64 gigabytes of storage. That's this model, and you also get 3 gigabytes of RAM and 32 gigabytes of internal storage. But do remember that on both handsets you can expand the memory card with expand the memory with the memory card. Now, in terms of features of the phone, there's a lot, like there's seriously a lot. You've got dual apps, so every app you can launch in dual mode, which means you can log in 2 accounts. You've got system apps, so you've got all the settings and customizations for certain apps within one hub. So if you want to adjust any camera settings, you don't have to go to the camera, you can adjust everything within the system apps hub. That includes the gallery settings. Obviously, if you go to the gallery itself, you can adjust these settings, but it's always nice and neat that it's all in one place. So yeah, that's really about it. Then let's actually scroll up. You've got the Mi account, which gives you Mi Cloud, which gives you 5 gigabytes of free storage, like the iCloud, for example. Then you've got the quick ball, which is pretty decent feature. You can stick it to one of the side of the screen or leave it like that, and then it's like a shortcut for certain apps like home, lock screen, screenshot, and so on. You don't have to use that, but if you'd like to, you can use that. You can choose the shortcuts, you can rearrange them, you can add more shortcuts, you can remove the shortcuts. Very, very highly customizable. I thought that OnePlus is highly customizable, but this is like absolutely next level. That's pretty decent. Now, these are gestures. So for example, if you want to launch the camera, you can press and hold the volume down and power, or just a power button, or you can do like a 3-finger swipe to grab a screenshot, but you can also launch the camera with that. You've got the notification bar, you've got the headphones and audio effects. If you plug in headphones, there are no headphones in the box. But if you do plug them in, you do get the equalizer settings. You got a couple of decent, nice features to enhance the audio quality. One-handed mode, which is one of the best in my opinion. Not only the way you launch it, which is like that, but you can also choose the size of the smaller screen. So if you want the iPhone 4 3.5-inch size, you can do that. If you want the 4.4-inch iPhone SE size, you can do that as well. So very neat. Mi Mover, it's like if you've got a Xiaomi device, like a laptop, it's like basically Apple AirDrop that allows you to transfer files between two devices using Wi-Fi Direct. As I said, 64 gigabytes of internal storage. Second space, which kind of works like Samsung Knox. So it launches like a second space, which you can launch different app in it. Now, in terms of full screen display, if you'd like to, you can do iPhone 10 kind of gestures. So if you do the swipe, you go into like multitasking. If you swipe from the bottom and hold, if you swipe once, it's like pressing the home button, and if you swipe left or right, it's like going back one page. So again, a bit of iPhone 10-esque, but if you want to, you can turn it on. If you don't want to, you can turn it off. It's nice that it's there and it doesn't require any additional launchers. So yeah, in terms of lock screen and password, you do get the fingerprint sensor on the back. Again, for the price, that's really neat. In terms of the advanced settings, again, you can do like pocket mode, so the phone doesn't turn on in your pocket. You can change the settings on your lock screen, so what happens when you turn the screen off, and so on, so on. So very, very highly customizable. Now, as you can see, I'm not even, there's so much happening on this phone. It's very hard to keep track of what's what and where is everything going, but if you like to customize your phone, heavily customize your phone, you can do that. If you don't, just leave it as it is and keep it running as it is running. Now, in terms of contrast and colors, you even get the kind of night shift mode, so removes the blue hue and makes your eyes feel less strained, which is always a nice addition that is built into the phone. You've got special do not disturb modes, which allows you to schedule the time you don't want to be disturbed through, and so on, so on. So yeah, nearly 9 minutes long video, and I've just covered most of the functions and specs in the phone itself. Now, obviously, we're going to move to the camera in a second, but yeah, more or less, this is what you get in the system settings. Now, if we go back, we also have the pre-installed tools. We've got tools. We've got the FM radio. We've got the calendar, screen recorder. If you want to, you've got a pre-installed file commander. You've got the Mi Media, which also allows you to transfer files, Mi Drop, sorry, between two devices, two Xiaomi devices. And wow, yeah, there is a lot going on in here. You also get the cleaner, which kind of helps you clean like the RAM and all that jazz. I wouldn't really use it. It's quite of a gimmick. But you do get the Mi remote. So you've got the IR blaster on the top. So if you forgot where your remote is for your telly or for any other device, you can program your phone to work as a remote. You choose a brand of your telly, and then you choose if the TV is on or off. And then you basically adjust it to that. Then if you scroll to the left, you've got like a Google Now kinda-esque again shortcut, or actually that reminds me more of an iPhone. And then you've got the lock screen shortcut. So if you swipe to the left, you've got the Mi remote. If you press the button, you've got the flashlight, and so on, so on. So it's all very nicely laid. It's all very heavily influences the phone, but at the same time it works really well. Now in terms of cameras, again, pretty decent. Nothing that, you know, will blow you out of the water, but it works pretty well. Now, yeah, so this is kind of background blur portrait mode thing, but I wouldn't really recommend using that indoors. You'll see the samples in a second that I've taken the pictures with the phone outside. HHD is like low light mode, so if you want to take pictures in low light conditions, I would recommend turning the HHD mode, but I would also recommend getting a tripod. In terms of video recording, you can record 1080p. However, if you do download a free open source camera called Open Camera, you can record in 4K. What else would you like? So yeah, thanks for watching another episode of Quick Expert Reviews. If you did like the video, there is a small affiliate link to the GearBest website in the video description. If you like it, if you'll buy it, you won't pay anything more. However, I will get a couple of cents from that, which will help the channel grow. So thank you for that. So yeah, thanks guys, and speak to you soon. Bye.